Let's talk about MeWe. MeWe is a great social media platform that is doing really awesome. With close to 10 million users, it has become the #1 choice for people looking for an alternative to Facebook or Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, if you didn't know. Now, Facebook is a great platform. It's a lot of fun. We can post our pictures and share concepts and ideas and experiences with our family and friends. However, there are some things that are concerning, namely the algorithm. On Facebook, you have an algorithm that is managing how we see content and what content we see. It's not necessarily the stuff we want to see from the people posting, family, friends, or professional pages, etc. Instead, Facebook uses these algorithms to game our psychology. They feed us what is sensational enough, just like a gambling addiction, to keep us hooked because they want us on the platform. They want us to stay on it. And that's okay. That makes sense because their product is selling ads and commercial space to those companies willing to pay for us seeing it. Makes sense. That's their business model. However, it's bad for us because we're stuck on our phones all the time. And there's an unnecessary pull to constantly check everything going on there because it's sensational. And then on top of that, we lose a lot of the information that is just the real good information we should be seeing from our family and friends. So MeWe doesn't have any of that. There is no gaming to an algorithm. There is no algorithm. All posts from pages or groups or people are going to be seen in real time. You get to see what you want to see and choose to see it or not see it. You can choose not to follow somebody's content if it's annoying you. And the people who you are following, you're going to see 100% of their content that they're sharing. The other thing about Facebook is we see the massive amounts of censorship lately. Now, this is a more concerning element at this time because censorship, although it may have seemed to start with censoring information that was keeping us safe from a pandemic or something where we don't want false information that could lead to some harmful thoughts about healthcare practices. What we've seen is it just keeps getting worse. They're censoring even certain political ideas. They're censoring whole groups. There are censoring groups that are talking about natural medicine. And we see the relationship of what's now being called big tech controlling our thoughts. But there's a relationship of big tech to big pharma as big tech is getting into the pharmaceutical industry. Just this becomes more alarming and really something we want to be very careful of. So MeWe has none of that. MeWe, their business model is simply that they make an amazing product. They call it social media done right, and it's free for everybody as long as you want, but they sell some extra features for a couple bucks here and there. And that's great. We can use it freely as long as we want, and if we want to pay for a couple features, then that keeps their lights on, and that makes sense as a user. We're paying for a product. It's a low cost, and we have a premium product. So I like that business model. My goal today is just to take a look at a couple features with MeWe. Really, we don't need to replace Facebook, or at least not yet, maybe in the future if they continue to go downhill. But at least we should start experimenting with another social media site. MeWe is my top pick for those people who are used to Facebook. My other favorite pick is Minds, and I will be doing a video on Minds. Minds is even better when it comes to integrity because it is open source. That means that their program can be looked at by other programmers, and they are held to a very high standard because they can't have any code that is doing fishy business or data mining. MeWe is not open source, so we're trusting that they're not data mining. However, I've been on the platform for a couple years, and that is their whole slogan. I have seen nothing in their behavior to make me doubt their integrity. However, it's not open source, so we will never know. They could change their mind. They could have a relationship with a third-party data mining company and we wouldn't know about it. They could even be sold off to a bigger company like Facebook. And that would compromise the whole deal, wouldn't it? However, where they're at right now, they are the platform. They are giving us the features that are most similar to Facebook so that most of our family and friends can start using it right away without too big of a learning curve. Okay, so let's take a look. We're gonna look at our MeWe right now. So here we see their slogan and we see their kind of advertisement page. It says, you know, free forever, and that is true. You can use it free forever. And then, of course, they have a few things that make them a little bit of money. So the product itself makes money, not advertisements, not selling your data, etc. So look at their slogan here. Your private life is not for sale. No ads, no spyware, and no BS. We can see that they have this MeWe's Privacy Bill of Rights. This is fantastic. You own your personal information and content. It is never MeWe's content. And you can download it anytime you want to close your account and get out of there. You can actually download it into a file and you'll have all your posts and all your content. You have full control over your news feed and how posts appear. They do not manipulate, filter, or change the order of the posts in your feed. So permissions, privacy, who can access your content, all of that is in our hands, and I think that is fantastic. Once again, we don't have to leave Facebook, but I do think it's important to start to have another option that we're experimenting with and getting familiar with, and MeWe is going to be the best option for those people who want to share with family and friends. Mine's, I already mentioned, is going to be even better for integrity, but it has no private sharing. That means it's much more of like a public posting forum, kind of like Twitter. So for families, friends, and pictures, we're going to want to use MeWe. All right, so let's take a look at MeWe. If I go to my home feed, I want to draw your attention to this little button right up here where it shows your feed, and you have the option of clicking all, or contacts, or groups, or pages. Now this allows you to see what you want to see. If you want to include your groups in your main feed, then you will see everything from the groups that you have joined. And groups over here on this platform are extremely active right now. They're very good. So you can start a private group for your friends about a certain topic or whatever. And it won't be censored, and you guys will be left alone to share and discuss whatever you want to talk about. Pages, I have a professional page, for example, but if you clicked on pages, you would just see only pages in your feed, or only groups, or only contacts, or the choices to see everything in there. If you get to where you've joined too many groups and it's blasting your feed, well then you can just go to contacts only, and then you'll see just what you want to see. As we're looking at posts, interacting with posts, sharing posts, it's very similar to Facebook. There's more options for emojis than Facebook. It just makes it kind of fun, but the point is that it's very simple. You will notice that my theme is the dark theme. My MeWe page looks dark. Well, that was one of those products that I paid $2 for. Simple product, simple upgrade. I don't mind giving them a couple bucks. I think that's the most I've given them in a couple years, and now I have a dark option, and that's fine. So I think this is a great platform, very simple, very user friendly. If we go to the chats here, you will see a whole bunch of chats open up. It is actually a nicer layout than the Facebook Messenger, and instead of being a separate app, it is part of this app, whether you're on the web or on the app for your phone. The apps are very nice. Here's your group area. So chats are just for chats, groups just shows your groups, pages just shows your pages, and then you can click on individual pages and see what they're doing. Or in groups, you can see all the groups you're part of and click on whatever group that you want to jump into to see their feed. Or, like I said, on the home feed, control it from there and you're good to go. So that's the basics. Now, as far as your contacts, if I go back to my profile, you can get to your contacts a few ways. The contacts show everybody, and there's really a special option here. When you have this star, look at Mr. Fennell here, he's one of my favorites, right? So I put a star, And you can do that with anybody you have there. And once you put a star, when you do a post, let's say I go hello, I can choose to make that post available for my contacts only, which is everybody in my contacts, or those starred people, which would be the close friends. And that way I can really easily target who I give what information to, or I could let it be public. And once I post that post, even after I post it, here's my hello post, I can actually change it back to contacts only or close friends and go from there, or delete it or edit it or anything I want to do. So super simple posting. One other concept I might want to tell you here is that if I add a hashtag to a post, that hashtag will categorize my post in the entire site if it's a public post. However, if it's only to my contacts, it would only be categorized for my contacts. If they do a search, they would see my post. But one of the nice benefits is that when I'm on my own personal page or somebody else is visiting my page, if I click on a hashtag, I will see all of the posts that I posted with that hashtag. Or if I'm going to somebody else's profile, I will see all the hashtags for a particular hashtag. That means that if I post, let's say, politics or something as a hashtag, and then I have a whole bunch of posts, like 30 posts that are for that hashtag, you could go to my profile and click on the hashtag politics and you'd see only my politics posts. That is a nice little perk there. It allows us to organize our content into collections, if you will. So I think that's enough for now. You know how to get some content on there. You know how to start getting your contacts. You can invite contacts through the app. You can invite through, if you go back to your profile here and go down, you'll see options like share the link. You can start to share that back to Facebook or wherever you are. This is an easy way to start to get some people on there. Remember, you don't have to get rid of Facebook, but I do think it's smart to start to learn a few other platforms, and this is the top of my list. Now, if you go to a particular person's profile, like let me click on this person here, it also gives you options on whether or not I want to see their stuff in my feed. I can click that on or off and still keep them as a contact, but maybe I don't like what they're posting or they post too much, so I just don't want it in my feed. So I can control that here. I also can control whether or not I want them to see my posts that are going to my contacts. If I post public, of course, anybody can see it if I'm posting it, if they go to my profile. So I hope that gives you just a little taste of MeWe. The thing is, you got to get on and start playing with it. I would say that because Facebook is messing with us so much, we really should explore a few other sites. Get used to it, post some pictures. I'm on there. I'll put my link on this video, and good luck using it. I'm here for you if you have any questions. All right, bye.